they get a lot of messages. But so how you dey travel, how you dey get your visa, how you dey travel, how you dey get your visa. Attending visa comes with few little steps, which I'm about to walk you through. So let's talk about the South African visa. I've been to South Africa before, Cape Town, for 14 days. I got a visa, a short-term visa, that's tourist visa, 14 days, and I'm back. I want to go to Johannesburg to do something very important. The first step is to determine the visa type you need and check whether you're eligible to apply for it. You also need to know the document you submit along with your application, how long it will take, the fee you will pay, and how to get your passport back after decision has been made on your application. We have some types of visas, namely the short-term visa, the long-term visa, the student visa or the study visa, and the medical visa. Today we are talking about the short-term visa, which is popularly known as the tourist visa. The short-term visa is a visa that allows its holder to stay in a country, a foreign country, for just the minimum of 90 days. It is basically for tourists or visiting a friend or family for just a short stay. You are not allowed to go to school. You are not allowed to do any business-related activity. You are not allowed to work. So with the South African visa, there are some documents that comes with it, the supporting document. So first is your travel document, which is your passport. Your passport have to be valid for at least 3 months, that's for the 90 days. And secondly, you have to get 2 copies of your biodata page. That is the front of your passport. The passport must contain 2 unused pages. That is the visa pages. One for the visa, the other part for your entry and departure endorsement. A visa application form which must be filled with black ink and in block letters. Payment of fees prescribed. So if you are applying for South African visa in Ghana, you have to pay 2 fees, the visa fee and VFS service fee, because VFS is the accredited application center for the South African visa. If you are a student, you need an introductory letter from your school. If you are an employer, an introductory letter from your employer. You need an international yellow fever card, 2 colored passport photograph picture, flight itinerary, proof of accommodation, that's where you will be sleeping in a hotel, whether you are sleeping with a friend, you give his address and all of that. Proof of financial means. If someone is sponsoring you, so you need a sponsorship letter, 6 months or 3 months bank statement from your sponsor and your personal bank statement to show them you have the money to pay for your trip. So if you have all these requirements, then you are ready to apply for your visa. So now you go onto the VFS page and book an appointment. When the appointment is due, you visit the center and attend your appointment schedule. On your day of appointment, you aim to arrive 15 minutes before time. You will need to submit the application in person, and if you are a minor that is less than 18 years, you need to come with 1 parent or 1 elderly person. You can't come with both your parents, you won't be allowed to enter. So with VFS, you need an appointment. So at the entrance, they will check your appointment, your biodata page, tally with the appointment to see if, then they will give you a receipt to show that, oh, this is your number. They will give you a receipt on the number is on it. They will give you a receipt or a pass, a boarding pass to enter. So when you enter, you go to the South African application center. You have a seat. We have, I think, 1, 2, 3, and 4 rows. The first 2 rows are for vetting. They vet your documents. So they call your number or they call you. You go. You give them your document. They check whether your itinerary is on point, your accommodation is on point. When they check all your documents are in place. They vet your document. Then they give you a form to fill. That is your payment form. So you pay. I paid 315 cedis for the VFS service fee and 135 cedis. I think something were about 135 cedis for the visa fee. So you go and pay for the visa fee. Once you are done paying your visa fee, then you bag your application, you bag your documents, then you submit it to, I think, the Teller 3 and Teller 4. You submit it to them. So the processing time is approximately 10 days. If your application takes more than 10 days, then there is something wrong with your application, or there is something they are not understanding. I thought this was a lie. So the first time I was applying, I got my decision in 3 days. 3 days my decision was ready. This time around this year, when I was applying, my decision took about 3 weeks. Yeah, roughly 3 weeks. Because I didn't stamp my bank statement. So I'm a self-employed, so I submitted my own bank statement. So on the day of the appointment, I have to just request the bank statement via email and print. Nobody to endorse it because I was already chopped into time. Because of the stamp, my application took about 3 weeks. And you know this, if your application takes a lot of time, you feel like you are in prison in a particular country because your passport is with them. So don't do such a mistake. And I think they have to call my bank or something. I don't know. They made their own decision and I had my visa. So with the VFS platform or on their website, you have the means to track your application. Even though they will send you text messages and email, you have a means to track your application. You have your reference number and your date of birth or your last name to track your application to see whether it's departed to the South African embassy or it's back to VFS for collection or ready for collection. So after a visa decision is made, the application comes back to VFS. So the VFS will send you a text message or give you a call for you to come for your passport. 1, you have to identify your visa type. 2, you have to know that you are eligible for it. That's having all the documents required. 3, book an appointment at VFS. Don't take your application directly to the South African embassy. Then 4, attend your scheduled appointment. It's not an interview, it's just document submission. Submit your document, come back home, track your passport or track your application. When it's ready, your decision has been taken, your decision has been made on your application, then you go back to VFS and collect your passport when you got your visa. So this is for my first travel to Cape Town, which is last year. This is the new one I'm yet to use. Yeah.